Hello everyone. Hi grade 6. How are you everyone? So are you excited to learn your new chapter of biology? The cell, its structure and its function. So we will go today into the deep world of the cell. Deep world of the cell? ये क्या है? Deep क्या है इसका मतलब? Okay. Deep world of the cell means we will learn what is cell, how it works, what types of cell, who are the cells, how they perform. Okay. So have you wondered what makes up our body? Our pets like dog, all plants, all are made of cell, right? So this is Abhilasha Rajpali, your new coach of biology. If you have any doubt, any query, then you ask me and text me. After this, I'll give you questions. You can solve it out and I'll give many more facts of cell. Okay, so shall we start? Okay, so let's begin. What is cell? A cell is the basic, structural, and functional unit of life where the living organism or living being. Life means living organism or living being. So, cell only give a structure to the body and perform all the function like digestion, respiration, etc. So, if question asked, define cell or what is cell? Your answer is a cell is the basic structural and functional unit of life. And question comes, why cell is called as basic unit of life or fundamental unit of life? As I told you, the cell is the smallest part of a living things which carry out all the life process. Means all the work which done by the organism like breathing, to grow, to reproduce and to remove waste from the body. Means whatever the function we need to keep our life going. That's why it is called as basic unit of life or fundamental unit of life. Okay. Another question comes or many times asked why cell is called as building blocks of life. Understood? Why cell is called building blocks of life? Because you have played in when you are a toddler building block game. What you do? You join one block to another and form a complete building, big building. Like that only, cell also work. One cell joins to another, another cell joins to another, and a group, they make a group of cell, right? To form a complete organism. That's why cell is called as building blocks of life, right? Understood? I hope you understood. Cell comes from the other cells. New cells are formed when existing cell may divide or cell division by mitosis. Means cell can replicate itself. Means they form a true copy of the older cell to form a new cell. Understood? Here, cell. Here, the cell. It is a single cell. When group of cells work together to form a tissue. Group of tissue works together to form an organ like brain, kidney, liver, pancreas, stomach, and many more. Then a group of organs work together to form organ system like respiratory system, lymphatic system, integumentary system, urinary system, and excretory system. And these system forms a complete organism. Understood? Let us see with the example. See, this is cell and the group of cell means one cell, and cell works together with many cells called as tissue, and many tissue forms organ like here heart. Then organs joins and form organ system like, as I told you, respiratory system, lymphatic system, and so on. Then these systems form a complete organism. See here, here also cell, tissue, organ system, and complete organism. Understood? I hope you understood. If you have any doubt, then you can ask. As you know, cells are very small, right? Very tiny. We can't able to see with our own eyes. So, Mr. Leeuwenhoek, he was the Leeuwenhoek. He thought that there could be something that we can see small organism. So, what he does, he discovered a simple microscope, and he was the first person who observed living cell organism first time in year 1632 and extended his work till 1723. What he does, look at, he used a single biconvex lens. Bi means two and lens means lens. Best example to understand human eye, right? Human eye. Bi means both the sides, just like a curve. He used two lenses. He saw in footweb of frog and he recognized it, but he did not call them as a cell. Later on, another scientist came. His name was Mr. Robert Hooke. He coined the term cell. Who is the father of cell? So, your answer is Robert Hooke, right? If question comes, who observed first time living cell? So your answer will be Antony van Leeuwenhoek. Mr. Robert Hooke decided to observe the things. So he created his own microscope and he observed these empty cells. What he does? Let's look. He used two lenses. He used two lenses to observe the object. Its magnification is better than the simple microscope. He created like this. Okay, so he saw these cell inside the bark of the tree, just like a small boxes. He said them, these small boxes like a structure called as cella in Latin word, in Latin language. It means cell. These cells are empty. These cells are empty and dead. He compared to the monk of the living monastery. So he tell first time cell and he named the word cell by Mr. Robert Hooke in year 1665. So this is compound microscope. We can see the features, how it works. See here, the eyepiece. There are two lenses and this is eyepiece where we keep our eyes to see the object here. From here, light is going to pass through it and we can see through the help of lenses, objective lenses, and it goes to the eyepiece and we can see the object. Let us see what are the, how we can observe the organism. See here, it is arm. We can keep our hand and we can hold it from here. There are two lenses, eyepiece, this is called head, and there are three objective lenses. This area is called as stage. This is clip, stage clip. Here is a place we can keep our slide, and slide is a very thin glass structure. Object is going to be keep over here and it is covered by cover slip. There is a small aperture, means a small opening by which light can pass through it and we can see the object very clear by eyepiece. From here, it provides the brightness to the object and we can adjust from here also. That is called fine adjustment and the coarse adjustment. So this is the diagram of compound microscope. Now we study about the cell theory. ये cell theory है क्या? Who behind this? What they have said? So three scientists. Look at here. These three scientists. They only give this cell theory. First, these two scientists, Mr. Scaldon and Mr. Swan. They proposed cell theory together in year 1838. He said, Scaldon has said, all plants are made up of cell because he was German botanist. And on another hand, Mr. Swan has said all animals are made up of cell as he was German zoologist. So they collectively worked together and they proposed cell theory in year 1838. But later on, one more scientist came into the picture. His name was Mr. Virtue. He said, yes, both are correct, but I want to add something in it, that all cells came from pre-existing cell. Means said the original cell form new cell. Means cell came from other cell. New cells are formed from the existing cell. This is existing cell and new cell can form. How? Because here is the nucleus. Nucleus is the brain of the cell. So from it can detach it and they collectively form new organism or the body and they can independent work out. Right? So this is the cell, pre-existing cell and form new cell. Cell came from other cell. New cells are formed from the existing cell. Pre means before, existing means these two cells. Whatever we are seeing, these existing cell comes from the previous cell. Understood? So they gave cell theory. So question comes, what are the postulates of cell theory? So here there is a 4 list. Every living organism is made up of one or many cells. Understood? Second is the cell is the structural unit of all living organisms. Understood? Means they provide a structure to the cell or the body. The cell is functional unit of all living beings. As you know, every function like excretion or respiration, everything is done by the cell. And you understood very easy with this example that all cell arise from pre-existing cell. So if question comes, write the silent features of cell theory. So you have to write all these 4 points. I hope you understand. If any query, then you can text me. Let us understand about cell number. Cell number means how many cells an organism has in its own body, right? Cell basically divided into 2 types, unicellular and multicellular. As the name uni means one. The organism have only one cell in their entire body. Example, amoeba, euglena, and paramecium. They can eat, move, grow, reproduce by one cell does everything. Understand? Then multicellular. As the name, multi means more than one. Means they are having 100 to million or billion thousand cells. So the organism which have many cells, sometimes it may be a million, trillion, etc. To take an example of human beings, we are the best example to understand. Means cell helps for breathing, digesting, food, etc. And other animals are also made by many cells. Means if the body of an organism is having small cell number of cells, then its body is smaller in size. But if they are made up of many number of cells, 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, and so on, so the structure of the body is bigger. So it varies from one to another, person to person, animal to animal. It varies. Small animal, then small cell. Big animal, then number of cells is big. Understood? Let's understand about the cell size. Means cell size means how big or small a cell is. Even though cells are very tiny, so they have different sizes depending on their work, depending on their job. Understood? So they're very small, so we need to observe with the help of microscope because they are microscopic. They are very tiny. We can't able to see with our own eyes. Example, let us understand with an example. The size of cell does not depend on the size of the animal. Means an elephant cell and a mouse cell can be the same size, but the elephant has more number of cells. That's why it is big in size rather than the mouse. Understand? So we have very small size is bacteria, very big size of cell is ostrich egg, and we have longest cell is nerve cell. They are elongated and branched. Another name of bacterial cell is called as PPLO, pneumonia-like organism. So if question asks which is the smallest cell in size, then answer would be bacteria. Which is the longest cell size is nerve cell. And which is the biggest ostrich egg. Let us see the shapes of cell. In our body, we have different types of cell. Every cell is not round in shape, right? Not round in shape. Some are long, some are elongated, some are circular, and many other. So let us see with this spherical shape by RBC. This is spherical, disc-shaped, biconcave, and circular. These cells passes through narrow capillaries of blood vessel, right? Because it holds oxygen easily flow through this narrow lumen. Understood? I hope you will get it. Right. With another example you take, WBC, white blood cells, are not fixed shape. Why? Because they are amoeboid, and amoeboid has no fixed shape. Whenever they need, they can change its body for the movement or for eating, like that. Understood? Eat करते हैं क्या? WBC are eating? See, this is Chlamydomonas, example of oval shape. This is also unicellular, one cell only. Unicell, single cell green algae. Basically found in ponds, lake, or wet place area. It uses sunlight like plants, and they are green in color because it has chlorophyll inside in it. They have two tiny flagella, a tail-like structure. It's called as flagella. It helps to move its body. High strength helps find sunlight, and they are round in shape or they are oval in shape. Example, Chlamydomonas. Let us see what is cylindrical shape, how it may work. Cylindrical shape. Look at here. It is just like a tube-like structure, just like a pipe-like structure. Okay? Some cells in plants and animals support to transport or to connect the things from one to another. It may work. Examples in a plant cell and in an animal cell. Understood? So Spirogyra is the best example to understand. Because it is a multicellular green algae, spiral-like shape. It helps in photosynthesis because inside in it there is a chloroplast, and it helps to perform photosynthesis. Ribbon-like structure. Example, Spirogyra. Let us understand, in the plant cell, it may be found in plants. It carries water from root to the leaf. With the help of this tube-like structure called as cylindrical in shape, means it can help and transport water from root to the top of the plant. Like that only, just like think that what they can sip the water with the help of a straw. A straw is just a tube-like structure. Get it my point? And another example is muscle cell in the animal cells. Here it is written cardiac muscle of heart. Understand? Let us see how it may work. Found in our body, it is long, cylindrical, and it helps to move and stretch, to contract or to relax, move our body easily. Understand? Means it can help in contraction and relaxation. So cylindrical shape is very helpful in cardiac muscle of the cell. Think rubber band you are stretching rubber band and then you just leave, then it may be collapse and contract. When you are pushing it, you are just stretching it. It may be pull, it may be contract, and then you leave, then it may be collapsed. Understood? I hope you can understood easily. Next, amoeboid shape. Amoeboid shape, right? So, amoeboid shape means a cell which has no fixed shape, right? It can change its shape anytime. Understood? Look at over here. See here. This is called as finger-like projection. Whenever it needs to move or to eat its food, it can just make finger-like projection called as pseudopodia. Means false. Pseudo means false. And finger-like projection. So it can move easily and engulf its food inside. After completion of eating food, it can change its shape again. Understand? So it is a singular or a unicellular organism which can change its shape to catch food and to survive in the water. Understand? Clear? I think it is clear. Next is cubical and rectangular shape of the cell. Basically, these type of cells are found in plant cell. In this, there are so many kind of variety like cubical to polygonal, some are elongated and some are tubular in shape found in plant cell. Next is some unique shape of cell. See here, this is unique. This is very different, just like a slipper, what we are wearing in our foot, right? This is single shaped organism. Look like a slipper shaped. That's why it is called as slipper shaped animal cube. Example is paramecium. Example is paramecium. Next is a spindle shaped. Spindle shaped. See here at the tip, both tip are very narrow, right? And here is the broad, the center. These type of cells are found in muscles of the stomach, intestine, walls of arteries and veins. And in if somebody is asking in the plant, so radish, beetroot, etc. are the best example. Here are some examples of shape of cell. RBC we have read and smooth muscle cells. Clear? This is called nerve cell. This is elongated and these neurons or nerve cells basically found in brain or spinal cord. Right? They are elongated and branched. This is a sperm cell found in human body and it helps in reproduction. This is bone cell, this is columnar epithelial cell, and this is ovum cell. Here, some fun facts. Do you want to read? Happy to read. Okay. An amoeba can eat by surrounding food. As I told you, it has a finger-like projection, right? Do you remember I told you that time it has a finger-like projection and if they want or engulf their food, then they can use those food for the movement also and for the eating also. And whenever they eat inside the body and they giving a hug to the snack of our human beings, whatever we are eating. Get it? Nerve cell. Other name of nerve cell is neuron, which is the longest cell in our body. They are branched and elongated, and some can be covered meter long and connecting to our brain to our toe. Got it? And the biggest one, human body has around 37 trillion cells. Here is the practice time. What is cell? You have to write definition of cell in this. Understand? Why cell called as building blocks of life? Reason why cell called as building blocks of life, as I told you. Understood this question? Write the postulates of cell theory. In cell theory, I told you 4 reasons and who are the scientists made this. So if question comes, write the postulates or write the silent features of cell theory. So you have to write the same. Write the examples of unicellular and multicellular organism. Who is the father of cell? You have to write this. So you note it down in your notebook for the betterment. You can write these questions, you can solve it out, then it goes to easy for when your exam is there, then you are capable to write the answers. So daily needs some writing answers and hope it's betterment. I hope you understand all the topics because it was so clear and easy. I hope you understand well. Write it down, the question what I have given to you, and listen this slides carefully. Watch video again and again and write it, note it down in your notebook and read again and again. Definitely you will achieve good marks. Till then, bye bye. See you later.